the way these work, they talk to one another, and they fit together like a puzzle, creating your overall health and safety system. Having one is not going to fix your health and safety problem. We want to provide the solution for your business. We want to be able to do it, and to do that, you need all of them. Our safety wallet subscribers, we know, are committed to ensuring that their loved ones go home safely.
Welcome back to My Safety Hub. This is part 2 of our episode focused on the triple P's, policies, procedures and practices, developed by Safety Wallet for their subscribers. My guest is Greg Morse. Please subscribe to this channel if you would like to get an update for part 3 and part 4. The information in this session is quite heavy, so please stay tuned. Greg, let's move into the practical application of the triple P's. The first question that I want to touch on is, can a client or a subscriber access a single policy, procedure or practice and successfully implement it in the health and safety program?
Okay, that's a great question. Okay, the answer to that is simply no. The triple P's are specifically aimed at our safety wallet subscribers. The idea behind these is it's not to singly take a policy and put it into place. These are designed to work together as a system. So it's very important that it's all or nothing. The way these work, they talk to one another, and they fit together like a puzzle, creating your overall health and safety system. Having one is not going to fix your health and safety problem. We want to provide the solution for your business. We want to be able to do it, and to do that, you need all of them. Our safety wallet subscribers, we know, are committed to ensuring that their loved ones go home safely. So this is for safety wallet subscribers, that we can add that extra value to their health and safety.
So the triple P's are very much integrated, and one element would affect the other. That's what I'm gathering from your answer. How would a subscriber then gain access to the triple P's and start making use of them? Because they need to be tailor-made to the business.
So the first thing, they would have to be a safety wallet subscriber. So if they haven't subscribed, they need to subscribe. When they subscribe, they would use our OSH Online Health and Safety Management System, which is our application for bringing all your health and safety data together. So we mentioned earlier about things like your policies and your appointments. OSH Online provides that. It allows you to input all that data into there and recall it very effectively. It's a cloud-based management system that allows that data to be put in, kept securely, retrieved easily. By subscribing to Safety Wallet, you have access to OSH Online and its functions, and one of those functions within OSH Online would be the triple P. Now, the triple P is kept in what we call the DocPol system, or the DocSys. And basically, it's a specific function that stores all your triple P's, allows you to control your triple P's, it allows you to edit your triple P's, it allows very specific control so that there is document control. Certain persons can be approvers, certain persons can be editors, and then certain persons can distribute your documents. So for example, a simple business would just have this as a document management system for their business. A more complex business, like the one we spoke about earlier, premise A and premise B. Premise A being the admin side would probably be what we would define as the head office side. Premise B would be the operations. Head office would be the controller of the triple P documents, but they would be able to distribute to premise B. Premise B would be able to edit certain document types, for example, procedures and practices, because they would be slightly different on their premises to what premise A would be. But their policies, they wouldn't be able to change because the policy is driven from your head office. They would have viewing rights. They'd be able to print those so they can put them up within their business. So you've got the conformity running through the business, but you've also got the control of the business. The doc sys also manages version changes. So if you update a document and you make a change, there is a process in how that is controlled. It's not simply just done, but it's actually controlled. Someone has to approve that document and then the revision would come in. That's all done automatically. The doc sys is very much your tool for managing, controlling, distributing, editing all of your triple Ps.
You've mentioned that the user would have editing rights to these triple Ps. And you've also now touched on the revisions or the revision numbers that would be available so that you can track which changes have been made. What is the risk with regards to losing value within the documents with these editing rights? In essence, if a person goes and he edits a policy document, let's say it's a policy with regards to personal protective equipment, and this individual feels that there may be a huge section or a large portion of the document itself that they feel isn't relevant to them. What is the risk with regards to losing the essence or the value within the policy as it was written to start?
Okay.
And how do you monitor that?
Does the user have to use our documents as they are?
Yes.
Or can they make changes? Excellent question. The simple answer is they can change the documents. Okay. The documents we're providing are based on legislation. So by implementing these, you will be compliant. But again, not every client is the same. There will be differences. We're providing these as a guideline. They are not cast in stone. A user can change the documents to suit their requirements. That is very important because not all requirements will be the same. Not all legislation will be the same in respects to what they're doing. So there is that ability for users to change the documents to suit their needs. That is part of the fundamental aspect of the triple Ps. They have to be able to be versatile enough that they can apply to any business, and then within any business, their business is able to change those documents to suit their needs. So yes, that's part and parcel of that process. If that happens, the user it will be at their discretion to change that. The documents they take are not the original masters. It's actually a copy created of the masters that is unique to them and nobody else.
Okay.
Those are kept so nobody else can see them within their own unique profile as a client. They are then free to do with those as they please.
So should I then download or get access to these triple Ps, and if I edit them to what I feel are my business needs, is it not a risk to have a person edit the documents to the point where the core value as it was written goes missing, gets lost? Because in that process, if I change the policy to the point where the initial value is now no longer relevant to the policy, in essence, I've changed the value of the policy itself, isn't that going to affect my compliance? Isn't that going to affect the way that the procedures are carried out and the practices are carried out?
The policies are less likely to be changed because they're encompassing the basic objectives. They are written in a way that you, as a business, you've got room to maneuver. They're not specific. They're covering the topic, but you do have room to maneuver. Where the greater changes are going to occur is in how you're putting it together, so the procedure, and then the guideline aspects of that. There is a chance that a user would make changes, but they will be specific to their circumstances, not to changing the whole.
Not to rewrite the policy itself.
Correct. Okay. We're providing it for you. If you want to write your own policies, you're welcome to with your own system. We are bringing that system to you so you don't have to. We're taking the work away. We're bringing in the expertise straight away for you so you don't have to do that. Where you're going to make changes is to the specificity of your premises or of the type of operations that apply.
That makes sense.
Now, the coming back to that, you as a user have control over who you want to have work with these documents and what level they can work with these documents. So there will be approval rights, there will be editing rights, and there will be viewing rights. You as a user can say this person has that, and we can make that so. So the user's going to have the responsibility for how the documents go. Not ourselves, the user.
I see. And obviously with legislation as it stands, liability still lies with the employer. So if he or she signs off on a policy that's been drastically amended or drastically changed, they're taking accountability for that change.
Absolutely.
And if things go wrong, they have to take accountability for that as well.
Absolutely, Ockett. That's exactly what it's about. That's it. We're providing the guidelines. If you just want our guidelines, they'll work for you. If you want to adjust or tweak to suit your own, they will work for you. If you want to change the whole thing, that will be for you as up to the client. Correct. Okay. That's right.
All right. Where do I start? If I now subscribe to Safety Wallets, one of the benefits is receiving access to the triple Ps, which I think the value should be huge. I mean, just by mere fact that you've got 170 fundamentals. But where do I start? What do I do to successfully implement the triple Ps?
Okay, that's a good question, Ocken. That's a big one. So it's not just then about the triple Ps. We're looking at everything. So I would say the number one thing is subscribe. Subscribe to Safety Wallet. Why? Safety Wallet is not just about health and safety. It's about you showing your commitment as a business to health and safety. It's you showing that commitment that we want our people to go home safely after work. By subscribing to Safety Wallet, you immediately start being rewarded for that commitment that you're showing. So you get discounts from there. As you go forward within the subscription process, you can get further discounts. So you're saving money all the time just from subscribing. And the amount that you're paying every month for your subscription is minimal into comparison to the return on investment you're getting back immediately. All your training, any services that you want, any appointment letters you want done, you can do them through your Safety Wallet subscription, and you'll get them at a discount. So that would be my first place to go. When you're on Safety Wallet, you've got access to the My Safety Shop, where again, anything you purchase on there is discounted. So you're saving money all the time by doing that. What does this do? This is encouraging you to get involved in your health and safety, but also it's helping you with your budget. You're going to have a budget for resources. This is going to help with your budget all the time because you're saving all the time. And as you're saving, you're putting more and more things in place. And My Safety Shop has everything to offer. It offers your appointments. It offers inspections. It offers risk assessment. It offers first aid, hygiene surveys. Go and have a look there and see what's there. It's going to be something that's going to benefit you. On top of that, there are free downloads that you can go and look at that just give you little insights into what you can get from it. Already you're gaining value from those free downloads because they're great. They cost nothing. You register with them and from there you can go forward and subscribe. So it makes sense to go the Safety Wallet route. When you go into that, you get access to OSH Online. OSH Online now allows you to control and manage your health and safety. You can upload documents relating to health and safety. You can input data. You can get feedback on the process. You can manage everything through that. From OSH Online, you get access to the DocSys. Through there, the triple Ps. Now you've got your health and safety management system, which can talk back to that. And from there, you can control and you can manage your health and safety.
Are there any of the triple Ps that you would say is probably the number one item to be ticked off the list to sign off the policy and to get the process going? Or can it start anywhere?
Very first one you're going to look at is you sign your health and safety policy. That is the policy that drives everything. Brings everything into the process. From there, everything unfolds. Following that, it would have to be your risk assessment triple Ps. Your risk assessment is the basis of your health and safety. It's looking at identifying all your hazards, looking at what they could be, what is the risks associated with them, and how you're going to manage them. From there, you're going to bring your control measures into place. And your control measures put the power to your risk assessment. Your risk assessment, there's everything. There's my piece of paper. Your control measures put power to that piece of paper. They're what you're looking at the coalface. Those are preventing that person from getting cut. It's the safety guards on the piece of machinery. It's the surveys that you do to make sure that the atmosphere around you is breathable, that you are going to pick up a respiratory disease or something like that. It's the piece of PPE that you have to wear in order to not make contact directly with whatever the hazard might be. If it's something hot, you're not going to burn your hand. If it's something that could cut you, it's protecting you from that. It's all of that.
So the triple Ps are very much a control measure in itself, as an administrative control measure, right? If the accident happens, am I correct in saying that if an investigation has to be done, it would be much wiser to start with a policy? Go and have a look at the revisions of the policy, how many changes were made. Have a look at the procedure. Same question, how many changes were made? Were those changes fair towards the work process or whatever task is being performed? But then going to the practices, and how were these practices monitored? Who monitored them? Were they trained? You're actually auditing the system.
Correct.
When you look at that incident or that accident that's happened, it's no longer a question of simply looking at the accident itself, but also looking at the control that was implemented.
Correct.
Before the accident happened.
Correct. Absolutely. The whole concept of the triple Ps is to be proactive, to have the system in place so the likelihood of you having incidents is greatly reduced. Inevitably, you can still get incidents happen. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. But this now allows you an audit trail to look back and say, why did it fail? Was it a policy that failed? Was it a procedure that failed? And you can look back, you can identify where that let you down. From that, you can put new controls into place to counter that so you don't get a recurrence. So it becomes a living organism. It's alive, it's changing all the time, it's adjusting all the time. You're adjusting it all the time. Your triple P aspects that look at inspections allow you to do continuous risk assessment, that you're actually looking all the time at new hazards that could come into play. And then what can you put for control measures against those new hazards? When something occurs, or if nothing occurs, then on a periodic basis. So all of these things are managing through the triple Ps how you're working with your system.
That's really interesting. And I can see how the health and safety policy would be the foundation to start from.
Absolutely.
Because everything else in your health and safety program is tied to that policy.
Correct. It all feeds back to that. And in the doc sys, you will actually see that happening. You will see that is a single policy, and all your other policies, procedures, and documents actually link back to that within the system, because it's the driving document.
It's really, really interesting. This concludes part 2 of our episode today. Thank you, Greg, for joining us once again.
Thank you.
Should you wish to receive an update on when our next part will be released, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions with regards to these policies, procedures, and practices, leave a comment below.